You just arrived in London and you have a few hours before your connecting flight. I'm going to show you how to have the perfect London layover.
If your international flight connects through London, you're in luck. Because of the ease and connectivity of the tube, it's simple to get just about anywhere you want to go from Heathrow in a short amount of time. So whether you know the city well or you've never been here, don't forgo the golden opportunity to create a great memory.
In this video, I'm going to tell you how to get the most of your layover no matter how familiar you are with the city.
Assuming your luggage is being checked through to your destination, it's recommended that your layover is more than 6 hours. An 8-hour layover is ideal. You can consider this when booking your flight. That once dreaded long gap between flights can actually be a gift.
The Heathrow information page says there's anything from a 15-minute to a 1-hour wait at customs. Because you're not dealing with your baggage, that's the only thing between you and the train to London. There are 3 ways to get into London by train: the Piccadilly line, which is the underground, and the Elizabeth line and the Heathrow Express, which they call the trains.
You can buy a ticket in convenient machines in the terminal, or simply tap your iPhone or credit card at the turnstiles if you have contactless pay. The directional signage at Heathrow is excellent. It's not the shortest walk to the train platforms, but whatever line you decide to take, you'll find your train quite easily. The Heathrow Express costs £20 and takes you non-stop to Paddington Station in just 15 minutes. Buying a return trip with your ticket will save you about £2.50.
This is the Elizabeth line. It costs £12.20 and it takes you into Paddington in just 26 minutes. And as you can see, it's a larger and more comfortable train.
The Elizabeth line shares the same platform as the Heathrow Express, so make sure you get on the right train. Otherwise, your ticket will be denied at the turnstile, or if you use contactless pay, you'll be charged when you tap out.
The Piccadilly line costs £5.60 and it takes about 56 minutes to get into Piccadilly Circus Station in town. Problem is, it's a longer ride and it's a little bit more crowded and cramped.
You can also get an Uber or a taxi, but those options will be costly, and even in the most ideal traffic conditions, it'll take an hour or more. So to get the most bang for your buck, I recommend the fast and comfortable Elizabeth line.
The most valuable thing you're going to have when you come to London is Citymapper or Google Maps. It's going to give you the route to the place you want to go and back to the airport very easily. Congratulations, you made it to London. If you took the Heathrow Express or the Elizabeth line, that means you're in Paddington Station.
And this is a great place to be, because now you can catch the Circle, District, or Bakerloo tube lines to some iconic London sites. The District and Circle lines share a platform, so you could be taking either line and you could be taking it in either direction depending on your destination.
Or you could just stay here in Paddington. You'd be surprised at how many things are here to see. Check out my video to find out.
But I'm sure you want to explore, so let's go!
If you've never been to London, the essential sites are Buckingham Palace, the Tower of London and the Tower Bridge, Covent Garden, and of course, Big Ben.
Getting to Big Ben is easy. Just take the District or Circle line from Paddington Station to Westminster Station.
Pro tip, if you're on the Elizabeth line, stay on the train until you get to Bond Street if you're going to Borough Market, Westminster Abbey, or Big Ben. Here you can switch right to the Jubilee line and get there a lot faster.
And as soon as you walk out of Westminster Station, Big Ben will be right in front of you. You'll also just be a few steps away from the London Eye and the fabulous Westminster Abbey.
If you want to see Buckingham Palace, it's a very easy 20-minute walk from Big Ben through the beautiful St. James Park. Otherwise, you can go over to Westminster Abbey and grab a cab. That'll take about 5 minutes to get there. There are a lot of historic sites in Westminster, and if you check out my video, you can learn about all of them. While you're there, please like, subscribe, and share. And please leave a comment. I read and respond to every one of them.
Another great option would be to go to the Tower Bridge and the Tower of London where you can see the crown jewels. All you have to do is hop on the Circle line from Paddington and you'll be there in just 30 minutes.
Places like the Tower of London and Westminster Abbey are easy to get to and well worth it, but make sure you buy tickets ahead of time because they tend to sell out.
If you'd rather go to a place with shopping, pubs, and restaurants, you can take the Bakerloo line from Paddington Station to Charing Cross Station.
Charing Cross is a great station to know because it's only steps away from Covent Garden, London's most popular market, and you can see more about Covent Garden, the market, and all the great things around here if you watch this video.
Charing Cross also has an exit directly to Trafalgar Square, where you can go to the National Gallery, London's art museum, which is free of admission.
While there are plenty of things to see and do here in London, if you haven't been here before, those are probably the things you're going to want to see the most. If you've been to London a few times, I'm sure you've already seen Buckingham Palace and Big Ben. So you might want to come back and either see someplace new or a place that you didn't get enough of the first time.
This is also where coming into Paddington is a huge benefit. Some second-tier attractions that are very easy to get to include Soho and Carnaby Street if you take the Bakerloo line to Oxford Street. Also, Notting Hill and Portobello Road are just 2 stops away on the District and Circle lines.
If you've visited London before, you've surely come to Borough Market, and there is every reason to come back. There's so much to try here. And it's so simple to get down here. You just take the Elizabeth line to the Jubilee line, get off at London Bridge Station, and you're right here. Only takes about 25 minutes.
How about a plate of the best paella I've had outside of Barcelona?
Pro tip, sometimes seating can get a little bit crazy at Borough Market. What you want to do is go to the Globe Pub, get a pint, bring your food, and enjoy.
As a local, I'm not a real fan of either Piccadilly Circus, Leicester Square, or anything that you would find at Baker Street like Madame Tussauds, but easy rides on the Bakerloo line will take you to those places if you're interested. Conversely, a couple of very high-end museums, the Natural History Museum and the excellent V&A Museum, are right off the District and Circle lines at South Kensington Station. Also, both have free admission.
2 more interesting possibilities to consider, might take a little bit more effort, are Harrods Department Store in Knightsbridge and here in St. John's Wood, the Abbey Road crossing.
Abbey Road's about a 15-minute bus ride from Paddington, and you can get to Harrod a bunch of ways, but it'll take you about 20 minutes.
So if you want to just stretch your legs, Hyde Park is a great place to spend a few hours. Very easy to get here several different ways, including just a 12-minute walk from Paddington Station.
And here's another chance to mention one of my videos. I think you'd be surprised at how much there is to see and do at Hyde Park. Give it a watch.
Maybe you lived in London, maybe you do some work here, or maybe you just want to visit relatives or an old friend.
I don't have to tell you where to go or what to do if that's the case. You probably have some favorite places that you know how to get to quickly.
There are 2 spots right near Paddington that are really easy to meet at.
If you want to keep it indoors, I would suggest the beautiful Victoria Pub. You can enjoy a few pints and maybe some fish and chips or a steak and ale pie.
So if I had somebody coming in for a layover and I wanted to get together with them, I would head straight here to the Swan on Hyde Park to this outdoor patio. Look at the view.
If pubs aren't your thing and you have the time, wouldn't it be amazing to grab day of tickets and see a show? You can easily take the Bakerloo line to Piccadilly or Charing Cross and make that happen.
Pro tip, this is the only time I'm ever going to tell you to come to Leicester Square. TKTS is a not-for-profit ticket seller. It is the only legit one. Don't go to the other ones, and don't say I didn't warn you. When you're ready to go back, make sure you leave yourself an extra hour because you're going to have to go through security. It's also very easy to get back no matter where you end up. Just grab a train. You're only going to be one stop or direct right to Paddington, and that'll get you back on the Elizabeth or the Heathrow Express to the airport.
If you find yourself anywhere from Hyde Park to Covent Garden, you might be tempted to take the Piccadilly line back to Heathrow.
Just remember, it's a more cramped and longer ride, but if you have the time and patience, it is a cheaper option.
But let's make one more stop before we go back. This is the historic Lamb and Flag, a proper Covent Garden British pub that you're sure to enjoy.
Well, I hope I inspired you to leave the airport and go discover London on your layover. It's my passion creating content that's good for both Londoners and visitors, so please take a look at my other videos. I'm sure you'll find something you enjoy. Cheers.